Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Merry Christmas! Welcome back to another episode of the His and Her Rewatch podcast, where we watch movies that he likes
and watch movies that she likes.
I'm the His Caleb, and with me, as always, my cheerful wife, the Her Megan.
Yeah, that I am.
Cheerful?
All the time.
Well,
misconception right there.
Yeah. Well, we're here for our second episode of our Christmas series.
Yes.
So I'm excited. I'm really excited about it. I hope everybody's enjoying the series and what we're doing here. So I hope it's getting everybody in the holiday spirit, and especially because it's helping me out.
I know, you've been such a Grinch this year.
I'm not a Grinch.
You've even called yourself a Grinch.
Okay. Not a Grinch. Just not in the Christmas spirit, but it's helping. That's what Christmas movies are there for.
Okay.
To help us get in the spirit of things.
We'll watch more movies then.
We got lots of movies. We got to watch lots of more movies.
Yes.
But like I said, I hope everybody's enjoying these. Please give us some 5-star ratings and comment on some stuff on social media and like and subscribe and all that. Find us on our socials or anywhere on our other podcast platforms. We're on Facebook and Instagram. I think we've talked about those a lot. So
yeah, they're pretty easy to find. Just search His and Her podcast, and there we are.
There we are.
You see our logo.
I've even Googled our name, and if you Google Caleb and Megan Hutchins, our podcast comes up.
Oh, that's cool.
So I thought that was cool.
How about that? That's pretty cool.
And
get a little name for ourselves.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, we're on Google. That helps.
Yeah, Google. We're an algorithm of some sort.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you had anything for our Christmas special to talk about.
Well, we talked about last time. Remember, we were going to do Christmas family traditions.
Family traditions. Okay, yeah.
Did you have something else?
Well, I had something else, and it was real quick.
Okay.
And then we could do that too. But I had real quick. I just wanted to the audience know a little bit about us. But what are your top 3 Christmas movies? It can be ones we've done or are doing, or anything. Just top 3 movies that get you in the spirit. Or I was gonna go online and see where these are ranked, but I mean, there's so many different rankings, and I even looked at like the rankings of IMDb rankings and how they did it. But there are movies that aren't even Christmas movies that are ranked above. In different areas, so that didn't make sense.
Yeah,
so I couldn't find a good one.
We kind of talked about that just on our own. I know there's a radio show I listened to, and they talked about like the top 10 Christmas movies. Yeah, and I was kind of surprised at what were the top, at least top 5. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Some of the ones that come up, I'm like, I don't think so. That's weird. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But anyways, do you have any, or you want me to go to first?
Like if I had to pick 3 movies that I had to watch, and those were only the 3 movies I could watch.
There you go. Okay. Desert Island. You're on a desert island.
Deserted island.
Desert island.
I would love a desert island.
A deserted island.
Desert island. Yeah.
A deserted island, and you only can bring 3 movies with you to watch.
Okay,
Which
I would
3
say
Christmas movies would you?
Home Alone.
Okay.
Elf.
Yep. You don't know the third one? You don't have one?
I have a few. I'll probably say Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus?
Yeah, Tim Allen, Santa Claus.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're very close.
The first one.
I think
I
think mine would be Christmas Vacation. Not in particular order, but Christmas Vacation, Elf, and the Santa Claus. Okay. And then Home Alone would be a very close to that in there. Just because, I mean, I think the Santa Claus, I don't know if it gets as much love as most, but it's very nostalgic to me because it's like in the 90s when I grew up. And I remember
right. That's kind of what I was either that one or Christmas Vacation as well.
Yeah.
But I had to go with Santa Claus. It's just a classic for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So anyway, so what are some of your favorite traditions from growing up, or Christmas traditions? Give me a chance to think about mine.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know. They were talking about this on the radio too, about like traditions and like how so many people say they don't really have traditions or they want to start traditions like with their new family. Not the new family, but you know what I mean? Like when you get married and stuff like that.
Yeah. As you get older, you had to start new traditions and starting different things.
Right. And so they were saying how, just certain things, didn't have to be big things, just small things.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, we kind of talked about last episode about like the trash bags and like my grandma. Like that was one thing that stuck out a lot was going to see her for Christmas. It never was on Christmas. It was because they live like 4 hours from us. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do like baking cookies. I have a whole cooking day. I know that's not you and your mom. That would not be y'all stuff. And I mean, for me, I remember growing up, we had a tradition of going to the Christmas tree farm.
Right.
It was usually the day after or Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And we would always go. Sometimes we would take other families with us. We would invite people. We'd have a whole caravan of people going to the Christmas tree farm, which is about an hour away. We would always stop. It used to be Hardee's before. We would get breakfast at Hardee's growing up. But then it moved in. Then when they built the
Bojangles.
Bojangles, that's right. The Bojangles, we'd always stop. That's where we would all meet. We're meeting at Bojangles, and we would get breakfast and then head to the Christmas tree farm and we'd do the whole hayride around the farm. And
I know. I think that's one of my favorite Christmas traditions of your family.
Yeah.
Is that I was included in that when we got married, and
that was just something you were doing with us.
Yeah, jumped on in with it.
Yeah, and it's sad because I mean it's different now. It's just. I mean, my sister, she invited us to go to the Christmas tree farm. She still did it.
But see, she still gets a real tree. We don't. And we have gone many times before without getting a tree because we already have, our fake tree.
Yeah. But nobody else is going. My grandparents don't go anymore. And my mom doesn't live here anymore. It's just different. Yeah. So it's just.
I like that she's keeping on with the tradition.
Yeah. And, but that was something I remember. We did that for many, many, many years. Yeah. Many years. So, but it's just different now. So, but it's okay.
I know we have pictures of our kids when they were little, doing all the activities there. And now they have like a whole like train roller coaster, not coaster, but like a train ride that they have. Remember that?
Yeah, they have for the little ones. Yeah, that's right. That's right. They had the tractor ride, but then they had a little bitty tractor ride that had a little cart.
Yeah,
the kids could get in the cart.
Yeah, that was added about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, they added like a fire pit and the whole. They have a concession area and stuff. So it kind of evolved. The farm had evolved a little bit as well, but.
And that's called Wright's Christmas Tree Farm.
Wright's Christmas Tree
Farm. If there's
Farm.
anyone out there that needs a Christmas tree farm to go to, it is Wright's Christmas Tree Farm, and that's in Trenton, South Carolina? Is that right?
No, it's past Trenton and Johnson. Okay. I think it's considered.
Oh, Vaucluse?
No, that's way back.
I don't know my geography.
It's past Johnston. I'm trying to remember. Okay. Well, actually, it's way to the actual town.
Yeah.
Might be
I actually
Saluda.
found out that there's quite a few people that I know that go to that Christmas tree farm where I'm like, I recognize those boulder and those.
Oh, yeah, the big rock. Everybody takes a picture of them.
Yeah,
that's right.
And the fire pit. Like, I recognize those things. Yep.
Yeah, I kind of did regret not going this year.
I know you were in your Grinch.
Well, I was that. I had something I was doing at the house that I was focusing on. I can't remember. I think it was putting something together.
Me and Ella were wanting to go, but it's okay.
And we had Christmas decorations. I think we were still working on the tree.
No.
I don't remember.
We didn't do that. That was Saturday, but it's okay. Next year.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. But like I said, it's just different. But we should have gone. I should have gone with my sister. But so, Kristen, I'm sorry. We missed out on the Christmas tree farm.
I'm sure joy was had by all.
Huh?
I said, I'm sure joy was had by all by them.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure they were.
Yeah.
They were very happy with what happened. That's not going. No, I was kidding.
That's not what I meant, but okay. I don't know if we've talked about this much on the podcast, but like I don't have a lot of childhood memories. That sounds so sad, but like I just don't remember a lot of things. I feel like having children, I tell the kids all the time because they always get after me because I have a terrible memory. And I feel like every child you have, you lose a piece of your memory. Yeah. That's really how I feel. Yeah. But I mean, I don't remember having a lot of childhood traditions. I mean, my parents were divorced when I was really little, and so I guess that was a childhood tradition where I spent Christmas Eve with my dad and Christmas morning with my mom. Like, I guess that's a tradition.
Yeah. I mean, we always had that tradition of going to different houses and stuff. And I remember when we had kids, we were like, after Ella was probably 2 or 3, especially after we had Reed, I know, we were like, look, y'all come to our house.
Yeah.
We're not going nowhere else.
Yeah.
We might go to my grandma's for
We still do though.
for lunch, but we're not traveling around and doing Christmases at 4 different families. Y'all can come to us. So, and it worked out.
Yeah.
And so, but anyways. But yeah, but that's I mean, I'm sure you'll think of something as soon as this is
I'm sure I
over.
will.
You were like,
I'm sure
oh man, I remember we did this.
I knew it was coming up, but then I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
What about our family traditions as our family? Do you
Our
have a
family
favorite
tradition,
of our
we
little
do.
family tradition?
What do we do?
I don't know. I was trying to think of the same thing.
I don't know. We don't.
Like one of them was decorating the tree together, but we didn't do that this year.
Oh yeah, you got bailed on.
We did that alone.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you're doing the tree. Can I go outside?
I know. Can I go play with my friends?
We're like, okay. And I was just gonna like sit there and watch y'all put the tree together. I'm like, well, I guess I got to get involved, so I was
Yeah.
giving you all the ornaments to.
Oh, I know of one. So we always have breakfast here. That was one thing.
Well, yeah, Christmas morning has become a very big tradition.
Christmas morning is a very big tradition. We've done that, like I said, ever since the kids were really little. Our oldest was little. My parents would come over. They would have breakfast with us, and then we switch it up from year to year. But we always have breakfast, and that's always been the thing. I always make my cinnamon rolls.
You got a good
good
recipe
tradition.
of cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have to only get it once a year, but
because it's a pain to make.
it is a pain to make.
It's like real yeast dough, y'all. I make it from scratch.
Yeah.
So I used to when we first found the recipe. I
You
did
did
make it
make
a couple
it
of times.
several times a year, but several times during the year. But then it's like, all right, this is a special occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just do the Pillsbury cinnamon rolls if we want cinnamon rolls now.
That's right. But yeah, we have that. That's a really good family tradition for us.
Definitely. Christmas morning is we stay pretty consistent and traditional with the way we do Christmas morning, actual Christmas Day. I was trying to think about other Christmas season traditions, but
yeah. Well, I mean, we always have we watch our movies, and we always have hot cocoa. For a while, we were doing the lights at the zoo. We tried that for a couple of years.
We always try to change it up to do something a little bit different. Last year, we went and did the Christmas thing in my boss's church, and
oh yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was awesome. They do that
every other year, right?
They do it every 2 or 3 years because it's such a big deal.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
And then there's some other lights places that we've gone. So we try to do something like that.
Or just drive around, see the lights. We've done that before.
We've done that.
Yeah. But yeah, those are fun family traditions. Hopefully we can make more that we remember.
No, yeah. It'll come up on all our time hopping our
I know, right?
All our Facebook
it's hard to think
posts.
about it on the spot. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of family traditions. I know that Clark Griswold has some family traditions, or at least ones he's tried to start.
He was trying to start.
I feel like he was trying to start. I don't know if he had any. Or this year, or the year the movie took place, they had a lot of wrenches thrown into the mix there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate.
More like
to some
bombs,
of
I guess I could say.
Yeah, we'll get into all that. That's great. But yeah, we watched for our 15th episode. Can't believe we made it to episode 15. We watched National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
After vacationing across America and throughout Europe,
Take it, Russ.
this holiday season, the Griswolds are going to play it safe.
Clark, we're stuck under a truck.
Oops. They're staying at home.
I give you the Griswold family Christmas tree.
Hope you're not getting sap all over your sweater, Clark.
All Clark wants is a quiet, old-fashioned Christmas.
Sorry. Got a little knot here. Can work on that.
What he's going to get is the gift that keeps on living.
Merry Christmas.
His family.
We didn't come to impose.
Oh, hell, there's plenty of room.
Do you sleep with your brother? Do you know how sick and twisted that is, Mom? Well, I'm sleeping with your father.
Have you got a kiss for me?
You better take a rain check on that, Art. He's got a lip fungus they ain't identified yet.
But no holiday could ever be more deeply touching.
We were gonna call, but Eddie wanted to make it a surprise.
If I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the carpet, I wouldn't be more surprised than I am right now.
We're really gonna fly down the hill with this stuff.
So genuinely moving.
Can I refill your eggnog for you? Drive you out to the middle of nowhere, leave you for dead?
More truly uplifting.
Can I show you something?
I was just browsing.
Or more down to earth.
Merry Christmas.
If Santa is smart, he'll stay well clear of this joint. It's a death trap.
Then Christmas with the Griswolds.
Everybody come out quick, look at the lights!
They want you to say grace.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
This year, let Chevy Chase light up your holidays. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
That thing had 9 lives. She just spent them all.
You woo, crack up.
Christmas vacation.
And I love them. The starting music, that is very iconic music. You hear it.
Yeah.
And
Well, even like the cartoon is like so weird. It's
Yeah.
like has nothing to do with
movie-
Christmas vacation.
yeah,
Like
it's just some intro stuff.
it's like a Christmas or it's like a Santa Claus cartoon.
Yeah.
I remember I think it was Ella. She came and she's like, "What are y'all watching?
Yeah, like this isn't the movie.
Like, are y'all watching cartoons without us?"
Yeah, that was kind of funny. But no, that song is very. You hear it and it gets you in the mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Christmas vacation song. You know it's coming. You know you're about to
Get
see.
you in the mood for Christmas. Let's clarify that.
Thanks for clarifying that. Get you excited about the movie coming up.
Yes.
And I'll just refer it to as Christmas Vacation for the remaining of this podcast, and not throwing the National Lampoon's part in there.
Yeah.
But Christmas Vacation was released on December 1st of 1989. This is our third 1989 movie we've done.
Did you know that there were only...
Can you name the other two that we've done on this podcast?
Batman?
Yep.
Oh.
Nice. 1989. I'll give you a hint.
Pretty Woman.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Shoot.
Steel Magnolias.
Steel Magnolias. I knew it was my pick. I figured it was.
Yeah. So we've done three out of the 15 episodes we've done have been out of 1989.
Well, did you know there were only 2 Christmas movies released this year?
I did see that. Yeah.
The other one I think was Prancer. Is that right?
Something like that.
I've never seen Prancer.
And
I'm assuming it's about the reindeer.
I don't know.
But I
had no idea what that was. And I saw that the kid that plays Rusty, we'll get into him, but Rusty, Johnny Gillespie.
Johnny Gillespie.
Gillespie, yeah.
Yeah.
He was in that one
Yeah.
as well. He was in both of them. Both Christmas movies.
Yeah.
It's funny.
That's funny.
The budget for Christmas Vacation was $25 million, which was considered high for a comedy. And it made, at the box office, $73.3 million.
Yeah, I think that's crazy that it was
pretty good. Yeah,
that was that high. They said that Ghostbusters was $30 million. So, like, that's not that far off from this movie.
Oh, no. That's what I was saying. It's high considering it's a comedy and that it had no special effects.
Yeah. I wonder what all their money went to. You think it was, like, the actors?
I don't know.
Because there weren't that many sets. I mean, it was really like his house and
yeah, which is on the Warner Brothers lot, and then and then they went on location in Colorado
for the
and that
trees.
was it.
Yeah,
that was outside. Yeah, all the outdoor.
Maybe like music and
probably paying actors and different stuff, but
editing. I mean, you got the squirrel special effects.
I know.
That's great.
I don't know, maybe Chevy Chase
or the sled special effects.
Yeah, maybe like you said, some of the actors.
That's the only thing I could think of. Which I mean, I don't know if they were high-paying actors then. They are now, but I don't know about then.
Yeah, true. And it was ranked 15th out of all the movies that came out that year in 1989. We won't go into those because we went into those in our other podcasts. Let's go back and listen.
Let's go listen to those.
Go listen to those. Writer John Hughes. Now, John Hughes, I'm going to go through some of these movies that he's done. I'm going to just see if you've heard of any of these. Okay. All right. So we'll start. He wrote National Lampoon's Vacation, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote.
Heard of that? Seen it.
16 Candles.
Seen it. That's on my list.
The Breakfast Club.
Seen it. Love it.
European Vacation.
Seen it.
Weird Science.
Seen it.
Pretty in Pink.
Seen it. Love it.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Seen it. Obsessed.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Heard of it. Never seen it.
Yeah, that's The Great Outdoors.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of that? That was a good one. Yeah, just watched that one.
I don't think so.
Uncle Buck.
Oh yeah, seen it. Like that one.
And there's Christmas Vacation. And then after that one, he did Home Alone.
Oh yeah.
What was there was another one and he did like Beethoven.
Oh wow.
Oh
my God,
Flubber,
I love that movie.
101 Dalmatians, Flubber.
Dang.
So
he's got some aces under his belt. That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, he's got a lot of it. A lot of great, especially especially teen movies. He did a lot of great teen movies back in the 80s that were very popular. They became very big in the 80s of teen movies.
Yeah, 80s and 90s.
So I was like, wow, look at this list. I was like, that's pretty awesome. Unfortunately, he passed away at 59 from a heart attack while walking in Manhattan while he was there with his wife visiting his sons who lived there.
Oh my gosh, how sad.
Yeah, that was very sad. I was like, oh, that's a terrible
gone too soon
story.
for sure.
Yeah, he has big influence in
he's done
huge
a
movies.
lot.
Huge movies. Very.
It's so sad to think about what could have been.
Yeah, what he kept going.
What he could have done.
Yep.
That's so young.
Director Jeremiah Chechik. Chechik. I think he's done a lot more TV shows and stuff. He hasn't done a lot of movies, more a lot of TV shows. And then here is one that I saw. I picked up on it while we were watching the credits go by, and I saw a name that looked familiar. It was Frank Capra the Third. Frank Capra the Third. I'm like, wait a second. So I had to look it up, and in fact, it is the grandson of Frank Capra, the director of It's a Wonderful Life that we just did.
Yeah.
So I love having tie-ins to these movies.
They
I love
even
finding
had
that.
it on during one of the scenes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And It's a Wonderful Life was playing
Yeah.
while the family was arriving to the Griswolds.
One of that one line that every time a bell rings.
I think so. Yeah, it was Zuzu.
Yeah.
My ginger snap.
That's a great high voice.
Thanks. All right, we'll talk about the cast. We've got the hilarious Chevy Chase as Clark Griswold. Chevy's great. He's just he's hilarious in so many things that he does. You know, he's one of the original cast members on SNL in 1975. He was there for 2 seasons. I just think he's just a great comedic actor. He's done movies like Caddyshack. He's done all the Vacations, European Vacation, Vegas Vacation. One of my favorite 80s movies is Fletch. I love Fletch. Well, we watched that, I think it was like last year or something together. It was great.
I think so, yeah.
He did like Three Amigos. And then we loved him as Pierce Hawthorne in Community.
Yeah.
Yes, I loved it. He gets a bad rap. I don't know. He says he's a hard actor to work with.
I don't know if he was always that way. Because if you look at his earlier stuff, no one ever said anything about that.
I don't know what.
So I feel like it was more of an aged thing.
Age thing, maybe.
Yeah, more of a mental.
And I hate hearing stuff like that, and I don't really get into a lot of that stuff that troubled actors. I mean, if it affects them, and then it just affects their career, and maybe they just don't get as much opportunities anymore. But
I think he's all right. I think he'll be all right.
I think he's all right. Yeah, he's done a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right to retire.
Yeah, right.
He'll do fine for himself.
We've got Beverly D'Angelo as Ellen Griswold.
Oh my gosh, she is hilarious.
I love her.
I don't know what else she's been in, but I mean, her comedic timing is just genius.
She just plays perfect next to Chevy Chase.
Yeah, no, they have great chemistry.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, that's why I feel like all the movies have done so well. Yeah,
they've done all the vacation movies together. And I didn't see a lot of stuff. She's done a lot of stuff, but I haven't seen her in a lot of things like in the type of movies and TV shows that I watch. But she was in 25 episodes of the popular show Entourage. A lot of people know her from. We had Juliette Lewis, who played Audrey. She's actually, I didn't realize she was an Oscar-nominated actress.
She was,
from Cape Fear, 1991 film. She has a wide range of things that she's done.
I feel like a lot of hers is drama. She's a very serious actor.
She does and then she's done some scary stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
I think a lot of stuff is just a lot of like the drama, but a lot of different parts and different things in those. But I just noted, I saw that she gets a lot of credit for being such a diverse actress. We got Johnny Gillespie. Name right?
Gillespie?
Gillespie.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I
Johnny
think that's
Gillespie.
right. Johnny Gillespie.
Yeah. Johnny Gillespie. He plays Rusty Griswold. You know, I saw that they said that in Vacation and European Vacation, which came out before Christmas Vacation, Rusty is actually older than Audrey. But in this movie, he's noticeably younger than Audrey. And there are different actors and actresses in all four movies.
Well, even in the Vegas Vacation, I think Audrey's still older. Right?
I don't know.
I think so. I think she's older than him.
I can't remember. That one came on TV like last week or something.
Because I remember he wasn't legal, and I think she was.
Was she?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, obviously he was taller than her, but I think he was younger than her.
Yeah, I don't know if they've ever.
Quite not that big of an age difference. I feel like
and it's harder to tell.
Like
with
5
that
years
age.
difference, but this one
definitely she was definitely older than him. And this one was funny, but Johnny he played a lot of stuff. Right after this he got on Roseanne. He was on Roseanne for 94 episodes.
That's right.
And then he played famously. Everybody knows him as playing Leonard Hofstadter in The Big Bang Theory.
Yes, love that show.
200. I think it was like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years ago that it was brought to my attention that he was the same actor. I'm like, oh wow, I did not realize. That.
Oh, from Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't notice it till this time.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, it is him.
It is him. Yeah. So he's very successful on that show, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I'll go some of the other actors that won't go through all of them, but some of the important ones. Doris Roberts, who plays Frances Smith, Ellen's mother. I just love seeing her in this because I've always remember her on the Everybody Loves Raymond. Yeah. I know your grandma loved that show. She had the CDs or the DVDs of all the seasons y'all gave her.
It was funny because my grandma loved it, and then like my dad's mom, her character on Everybody Loves Raymond always reminded me of her.
Oh really?
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
like not to like this super extent, but like she was very direct.
Yeah.
And just like she was a great cook. And but she was just very direct and opinionated, but she loved you to death. Like it was all in love.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, you didn't know her as much, but
that
was my memory of her, anyways.
that's funny. And then Doris actually passed away in 2016. Randy Quaid, who plays Cousin Eddie, he is hilarious. He played in Vacation and then Vegas Vacation as well. And I always remembered him from Independence Day that came out in 96.
Oh, yeah.
He was the crazy guy in Independence Day.
Now, did you know they did a Christmas Vacation 2?
Oh, I did see that.
I had never heard of that.
Yeah, I heard it was terrible, though.
Yeah, I heard it was too. Yeah, it was about Cousin Eddie. And apparently, I guess him and his family were stranded on a deserted island.
Not a desert island?
Nope, not a deserted island, in the South Pacific for the holidays.
That's funny.
And it currently holds a 12% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Probably why we never heard of it.
I know. I'm kind of curious now.
I know, right? Julie Louise-Dreyfus as Margot.
Margot.
She was also a cast member on SNL for 3 seasons. That's where she met Larry David, who co-created Seinfeld, where she's most famously known for. So I love her and stuff. She
is such a funny lady. Oh my gosh.
She's great. She's really had a lot, even in the past decade
even
or
recently.
so.
Yeah, she's had a lot going on.
Yep. It's really neat. She's done several different sitcoms. Some of them have been not as successful as Seinfeld, but some of them have gone on for a couple of seasons. Mae Kestrel, who plays Aunt Betty, and I just thought this was interesting. This was actually her last acting role, was in Vegas Vacation. She passed away in 1998, but she was a great voice actress, and she very iconic voice. You could tell that I could see that. But she does the voice of Betty Boop and Olive Oyl.
Aww.
From like the original 30s, in
Yeah.
like the 30s and 40s and 50s, and the original Betty Boop and Olive Oyl. I thought that was so interesting. And then I wanted to see
my nickname was Olive Oyl.
That was your nickname?
Growing up.
I think I do remember that.
Hated that stupid nickname.
That's funny. I won't start that. Like, back
Random
up.
fact
Yeah.
about me.
And then,
Just insert that there.
yeah. If anybody wants to call Megan olive oil, you probably won't be her friend, but then John Randolph is Clark Griswold Sr. And I just want to throw this in there because do you know what movie that we've done? There's another tie-in to another movie that we've done. Do you know what movie he played in that it was actually one of your picks?
Pretty Woman?
No, is that your answer to all of them?
Sure.
No,
It's around the same time.
He was actually in You've Got Mail. He played John Fox's father.
Oh, the old guy?
The old guy that's sitting in the
Wow.
I guess it's their office or whatever
Yeah,
and telling
the
that
owner,
story.
yeah.
Yeah. Who said he had,
It was the
he had a pen
grandfather.
pal.
It was it was the grandfather. So
His
it was his grandfather. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not his dad. That was his granddad.
Yeah,
that's
his
right. That's
grandfather.
right. His grandfather. And he
Yeah,
told the
he had his
story.
pen
He had his
pal,
pen
yeah,
pal. Yeah.
That's cute.
So I just thought that was, throw that in there. But that's all I had. That's all the actors and actresses I want to go through. There's some good tie-ins. I love when I see tie-ins. I don't know.
Yeah,
When I see
it is funny.
tie-ins. I'm just like, we've done that movie. We've done that movie. All right. So how many times do you, because I know we both have seen this plenty of times. No telling when we first started seeing that. Probably when we were adults though, because this is more adult themed.
Oh yeah, I would say so. Our kids haven't seen it. I don't think.
No.
Maybe we've seen bits and pieces on TV, but
Yeah, in passing. It's not something we're gonna sit and watch it with them though.
no.
But how many times would you say that you've seen this movie? 30 times? Probably.
Probably more.
Probably more than 30 times. I mean,
I'll see at least 4 or 5 times a season.
Yeah.
I feel like.
But the bad thing is it won't be the whole movie.
True.
It won't be the whole movie. It'll be on and we'll catch the ending and then maybe the beginning after it restarts itself.
The craziest thing is, I don't know how many times I've seen this movie. I swear, I have never seen the sled scene.
Really?
Never.
I remember you saying you were very excited about that scene. You're like, I don't remember this.
I have never seen that scene. I don't know if it's because most of the time I watch it, it's on TV. I don't know if they've always cut it.
No, it's not cut.
I guess I just go to the bathroom during that scene. I don't know. I have never seen that scene. And I was like, that was hilarious. I mean, it was a little overboard. But
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be.
That's the point, yeah.
That's the point, yeah.
But I was like, what the heck? How have I never seen this before? It's so weird. I mean, that's like if I never saw the squirrel scene. Like,
Yeah.
it was so weird.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
I know. I don't know.
Bingo.
I think what's funny about this movie is it seemed like every time I see it, there's something. I have a different favorite scene.
Yeah.
I was like, one scene I enjoy more than I did like last time or something. It's just like I don't know if it's the mood you're in or how you relate to some of these scenes or what's going on, but it's like.
Well, that's why I think it makes it like It's a Beautiful Life. That's why I think it makes it such a great rewatchable Christmas movie, because it does have those special things in it that make you notice something else different in it. You know, same thing with like Home Alone and Santa Claus. Like whether it's that feel good feeling, but I feel like you just get something else out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
This one has a lot of jokes, and what's interesting about this is every time you watch it, I mean, that's what's so fun about it, and everyone loves this movie. Not everyone, but a lot of people we know. Everyone.
How could you not love this movie? Even
Christmas
my parents
Vacation.
love this movie.
Yeah.
They don't like slapstick comedy.
Yeah, over the top comedy, but it's like the jokes and the stuff, they still are funny. They still hit, and you still laugh. You know
you
what's
look
coming.
forward to it. Yeah. You look forward to the joke coming, and you're like, oh yes, I love this part.
You're like, oh, the squirrel's about to get him.
Yeah. Like
you
you know exactly what's gonna happen, but you love it even more.
Yeah, exactly. You know what the scene that's coming up, and you're ready to quote some of the stuff that just it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And so that's what's great about a lot of these movies, and especially ones we rewatch, and that's the movies that we pick.
Yeah.
That we can rewatch them, but it's fun that both of us love this movie, and we are able to talk about it. But I just think that's fun. Now, last time you failed to pick scenes.
I failed.
You failed. You did your study and you forgot to write scenes down that you loved and enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
And then you did great on the fly. Trying to remember, but did you write down scenes?
I did.
You did. Nice.
I sure did. I wrote like 6. So
6. I know.
I'll have to narrow down.
I know. That's what's funny. I mean, probably a lot of the same ones I have, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of them that. What's fun is that some of them come back to the same type of scene, like the lights.
Yeah.
Like it's an ongoing
Yeah.
thing through several scenes throughout the movie. What are some of your favorite ones that everyone else enjoys as well?
I would say the turkey carving.
The turkey carving is
Yeah.
very iconic.
Or
yeah.
even not. I mean, obviously turkey carving, but like the whole table scene
Yeah.
itself
Yes,
is
yes.
hilarious. Like there's so much going on, and it's such a typical like Christmas family thing.
Yeah.
Like it's like that's how it is in everybody's family.
Yeah, everybody can relate to having the crazy uncle and the grandma and grandfather that's not quite there anymore. That you're like, okay, and the cooking that's you're kind of questionable about tasting so and so's food that they brought or cooked, and so
No, and I love too. I think one thing I noticed in this time watching it that not necessarily I didn't notice before, but when I just thought it was comedic genius is they're panning to all the people while they're eating and it's complete silence.
Oh yeah,
And I was like, why is it so quiet?
it's because they're all trying to eat the turkey, and it's so dry.
Yeah.
And each of them have a different way of dealing with it.
Yes.
Like, who was it? One of them, I think it was his Clark's mom, is dipping in the water.
Yes.
And then Ellen just throws
like
it to
just
the
throws
side.
it. Yeah,
She just
yeah,
throws
yeah.
it to the side, and Clark's like gnawing on it like a dog.
Yeah. And then Eddie's over there just eating all up. He just loves
It's
it
like
so much.
jerky. It's like dried jerky.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it looks beautiful. That's what's so funny about it. It looks beautiful.
I
in
know.
the way
How does it even happen?
it opens up. It's dry.
Yeah, it's
just
like
gone.
death inside. It probably smells amazing.
I know. It's so funny. And then you have Aunt
Betty.
Aunt Betty, her Jello mold with
Oh
the cat
God,
food.
cat food. Oh, and then her blessing. Oh my gosh, that is iconic.
Yeah.
Just her saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
I know. The
I love it.
blessing.
They want you to say grace. The blessing.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
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 What's one of your favorite scenes?
I did want to mention one of my favorite quotes. It stood out to me a lot more this time. I think it's funny every time, but it's when they're sitting at the table and when Clark goes, "Hey kids, I heard on the news that the airlines pilot spotted Santa's sleigh on its way to New York City." And the kids get excited. And then Eddie, as serious as he can be, he looks at him and says, "You serious, Clark?"
Are you serious?
And then Clark looks at him and it's like he's like, "Eddie, what the heck are you doing? Like, don't question
Like,
me."
what are you talking
But
about,
he's like, Eddie's response is like, "You serious, Clark?" It's so funny. It cracked me up a little extra this time. I love it.
That's funny.
And of course, like I said, the lighting of the house, and it just goes on for several scenes. I think everybody loves it because from starting where he hands Rusty the ball of lights that are tangled up. Yeah. I think every man can relate, or anybody that puts up Christmas decorations can relate to pulling out a wad of Christmas lights and going through the process of untangling it.
Yeah,
And
Rusty has some good lines during that too. I don't remember any of them, but
his response of being handed to it, Rusty did great.
Yeah.
I think he did a great job. But and obviously, I know one of your favorite lines that I'll go ahead and let's set you up for it. But when Clark goes to fall off the roof and then he hangs on to the, but he catches himself and he hangs on to the gutter and it shoots the ice to the house next door and
well, it comes back later. They come back later
Yeah.
and they see the neighbors, which is Julia Louis-Dreyfus character. I forget
right.
what
Margot.
That's right. Yeah, Margot
and
and
I can't remember his name.
oh shoot. What's his name?
Todd.
Todd. That's right.
That's
Yeah.
it. Todd.
Margot and Todd, which is oh my god, this is the best names. It's so iconic from this movie. Just,
they look like a Margot and a Todd.
Yes. And they just come back and they're just so confused, like what is going on, what happened. And Todd is, why, or Margot says, and why is the carpet all wet, Todd? And he goes, I don't know, Margot.
I know you say that all the time. You're like, I don't know, and then if you say I don't know about anything, you throw Margot in there.
I know.
You always do
it.
it.
It's so great. I need to get that on my shirt.
I know. I have plenty of shirts out there.
And why is the carpet all wet, Todd?
I don't know, Margot.
I don't know, Margot.
I don't know, Margot.
And they're just so great.
But it's funny because we don't know the history of these as neighbors, and
we can
assume
a
lot of stuff, and it's so funny because we don't know that these people deserve what they get from.
I think so.
The neighbors.
They look obnoxious.
Yes, they look obnoxious.
Well, it's like when he's bringing the tree in the very beginning, and Todd's like, "Where are you gonna put a big tree like that?" He goes, "Bend over and I'll show you." He says, "Excuse me?" He's like, "I was talking to her. I wasn't talking to you." Yeah.
Oh, it's great. And
someone sets it up in the very beginning that they do not have a great relationship.
Exactly.
Hey, Griswold, where do you think you're going to put a tree that big? Bend over and I'll show you. You've got a lot of nerve talking to me like that, Griswold. I wasn't talking to you.
Of course, getting stuck in the attic is hilarious.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of good comedy in there. From what he's wearing to getting, I remember him getting hit by all the boards, and you were cackling, getting hit with the boards.
It's just so stupid.
That was so stupid.
It's just like a cartoon. It's just like, really, you did it again and again.
Yeah. Falling through the ceiling, getting the heat from the ceiling. I'm like, I don't know how he didn't fall through the ceiling before that because he wasn't even walking on the joists to begin with.
I know. I don't know why he didn't just crawl out the hole. Like,
I know.
He could have crawled out the hole.
Like, you already busted the ceiling out.
Might as well just crawl out the hole.
No. Of course, the lighting of the house was great. When he finally gets it, or the whole speech before him when it doesn't work. Yeah. And, he goes the whole speech and then it doesn't work. And
I dedicate this house to the Griswold family Christmas.
And this is another great Rusty scene where he's like, we checked all the lights, right? And then he's like, I gotta go do my homework and watch the dog and and all
mow
this.
The lawn and feed the hogs.
So he's walking off. That was funny. But then when he finally gets it to work. And then, but right before that, it's so funny during that scene where he loses it. He goes berserk and he starts tearing up the lawn decorations. I saw that Chevy Chase, when he went to that scene, you see him punch the Santa Claus, and apparently he broke his pinky while he was doing that.
Yeah.
And so that's why you see him like kicking and like actually clubbing at the antlers and the reindeer, because he's not using his hand anymore because he actually broke his finger, and he kept going, and that ended up using that take in the movie. So
yeah, good, because I don't think he'd be able to do it again.
But he broke his finger doing that.
I love when he comes with the chainsaw and Rusty goes up there and like, I'll talk to him. And he's like, hey Dad, turns around all crazy eyed and he goes, good talk.
Good talk, Dad. Yeah.
Good talk, Dad.
Oh, that's after they blew up the second Christmas tree that he had to
yeah, that's right. That's right. Sorry, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that was the second tree after it burst into flames.
Same setting, different time.
Yeah, that was outside as well. Yeah. We talked about this when Clark and Eddie are going shopping, and all he gets is dog food. He gets like so much dog food while they're at Walmart.
I know. I didn't really. It was funny, but I was like, why is he doing that? Like, he's not gonna get anything else but for the dog. I was so confused.
I'm like, is Uncle Eddie eating this? Probably. It's like when he had the squirrel. I was like, where's Uncle Eddie? He's like, does it eat these things?
Like, no, they're high in cholesterol.
Yeah, the squirrel attack is just so hilarious. And then the way they get rid of the squirrel, and Margot's walking up to the door.
Yeah. But ready to punch somebody in the face.
Yeah. It just opens the door and she's just standing there.
She gets attacked by the squirrel. I love it.
Oh, that's great. What else you got?
I got Clark's rant at the very end. When he just goes off on everybody.
Yeah.
Or not everybody, but just on everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
So I've read something pretty funny in that, and it said to help Chevy Chase nail all the lines, all the actors were situated. You can kind of see all of them have backs. All their backs are to the camera. They all had ropes around their neck with a sign that had lines on it.
Oh, yeah.
So he would nail the exact verbiage and wording of the lines.
To help him act better, like to get into the character.
Well, just so he would remember them. It's a lot. It's a long dialogue.
Yeah, and that's hilarious.
So he's just pretty much like basically, and you could tell. Like I went back and watched it on just YouTube, just that clip, and you can tell he is kind of like looking at them and like
scanning
looks like
around through the.
Yeah. He's kind of like scanning around, like reading everybody's.
That's funny.
Reading everybody's cards.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty clever, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm kind of like. What prompted that? Could he not remember them, or was he like ad-libbing, or like what was what? Because I'm sure it wasn't just like, hey, let's just do this.
Yeah,
I'm sure there was something that had to.
Well, it gives him probably a lot of freedom as an actor, like because you don't have to worry about remembering a long monologue.
Right.
You can just be like really get into it because he nails it. I mean, he just goes and like.
I think they really wanted him, I guess, to hit those lines instead of ad-libbing it.
Yeah.
But I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, I've never heard anybody doing that before.
Because he has so many. Adjectives about his
yeah, and it was hilarious. The whole monologue is so funny. And then I love how he at the end he goes hallelujah, and where's the Tylenol?
Oh no, that's so great. And also before that, when he gets when everybody's starting to leave, when everybody wants to leave,
oh yeah,
and then he goes, where do you think you're going? Nobody's leaving. Nobody's walking out on this fun, old-fashioned family Christmas. No, we're in this together. And he goes a little bit more, but that's hilarious. I just think it's great because that comes to mind a lot when things aren't going right. I'm like, oh no, we're in this together, guys. No. Y'all are not bailing on me. No. Do you have any more scenes that you want to talk about?
I don't think so. I think you hit most of them.
Yeah, I mean, you can really go into details on a lot of these, but like I said, all these scenes they just hit all these.
Yeah,
all
they really
of them.
do.
They're just so funny.
I mean, I think that's like every scene.
Yeah,
they're just all funny.
They're just running. You're like, oh yeah, this one's cool. This one's hilarious.
I know, even like the neighbors, like their scenes were hilarious.
Oh yeah, the annoying neighbors.
Yeah, like when the lights come on and like they just like dramatically fall down the stairs and like they can't see.
I know, it's so stupid, but it's hilarious.
I know, it is so stupid. Like, how in the world is it that bright coming through the windows? And you can see it's not that bright on them looking at it in the front yard.
Right. When Uncle Eddie's out there cleaning out the RV. Oh, yeah. And this
shitter's full.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Shitter's full.
I know, it's like I don't know how many Christmas parties that people dress up as Uncle Eddie
or cousin
Eddie,
on.
or the robe and the hat and the cigar and with the tube on. I saw I think it was on a video or picture on social media, but it was a Christmas parade and somebody had an RV that was just like just like the Griswold, the Uncle Eddie's RV, and then had a guy dressed up as Uncle Eddie walking behind the RV throwing out candy, but he had like the tube that he used for the
that's funny
wrapped around him and stuff. It was funny. Who are your favorite actors or actress in this? Do you have some that
I
stood
did not write
out?
any down.
You didn't write any down?
Because I feel like they all stuck out.
No, I think they all did.
I mean, I guess Clark and Ellen are the top people. They just killed it, mostly just because of their chemistry and that they've been through every single movie. Yeah.
I think that Uncle Eddie, it depends on what mood I'm in, that if I enjoy him
Right.
or not, you know.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed or cousin Eddie. Uncle Eddie, cousin Eddie. I enjoyed him a lot more this time. I think him and Clark's dynamic and the way he acts. And I saw this that according to Randy Wade, who plays cousin Eddie, that the characteristics, that most notably the clicking of the tongue and the way he acted, but were based on a guy that he knew when he was growing up in Texas years ago.
Oh my God.
Years before that.
Actually a person.
They said he actually had similar traits to that. So I was like, oh my gosh. But I just really, I enjoyed Cousin Eddie a lot more.
This time.
It was funny. So I think Chevy Chase and him stood out as best for me.
Yeah.
The only thing that I had to say as far as least favorite character or whatever, however you want to say it, but it wasn't the actress. It was Audrey. I don't think she was utilized. I think she could have done more, played a little different. Like I said, I think Rusty had a really good, his dynamic with Chevy Chase during the movie was great. I think a lot of good moments with him, but I think Audrey, the missed opportunities.
Yeah, I agree. I thought she had the stupidest line about, hope no one sees me standing out here in the front yard in my pajamas.
Yeah.
Like, what was the point of that?
Yeah.
Like, I did like her line, though, whenever he fails with the lights on the house and the mother-in-law kind of gives him a hard time, and she goes, he tried really hard, Grandma.
Yeah, she really stood up for it.
And then the dad goes, so does the washing machine. I was like, dang, that's burned.
Yeah, his in-laws were not impressed. They thought it was a waste, and his parents were very supportive.
Yeah.
But it was nice that she was supportive of him. That was very sweet.
Yeah, I did like that.
But yeah, the whole like, I want to sleep with my brother thing.
I know.
And
I mean, I get it though. They were real close. Like,
what
was it, like a twin bed?
Yeah, that was
like,
funny.
Dang.
But then she's in the kitchen with her mom, with Ellen, which Ellen had the good line in that one. But she says, what's she go? I think it was just after that we said, I don't want to sleep with my brother. But then Ellen goes,
I don't want to sleep with your
she
dad.
said, well, we're all making sacrifices. I have to sleep with your father.
Yeah.
So I thought that was funny. But I say that, I think Ellen made that scene, not Audrey.
Right.
I think Audrey.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think they missed an opportunity. I think they could have given her more lines and more memorable lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that did you realize that this movie does not take place on Christmas Day at all? This is a Christmas movie, but it is not. It ends before Christmas Day.
That's right. It was Christmas Eve, right?
It was Christmas Eve, yeah.
How about that? Which happens a lot, I feel like, in most movies. Christmas movies. Yeah.
Well, I think like Christmas Story, like it leads up to Christmas Day and the whole thing on Christmas Day, and there's a lot of Christmas Day stuff, but
that's true. Well, I guess like Santa Claus, it starts on Christmas Day.
Yeah, Christmas Eve, like the Santa Claus, yeah. All the movies with Santa Claus in it has to have Christmas Eve and then the reactions after Christmas, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, but this was about
that's
Santa
true. I
Claus.
didn't think about that.
Yeah, that was interesting. That I just didn't realize that either.
Yeah.
You have quotes. Let's do some quotes.
All right.
We went through some. I tried to get some.
Okay, a couple of them. Most of them we've already said, but one of them that I noticed this time and thought was really funny was Uncle Lewis saying to Aunt Betty, "You couldn't hear a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant."
I know, that was good. It's always.
You couldn't hear a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant. Shh.
I was like, oh my God, that's hilarious.
But his voice and the way he delivers it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, way better than me, for sure. Yeah. We did the Margot quote and the Cousin Eddie quote. And then Clark's quote that I love was, "Worse? How can things get any worse? Take a look around you, Ellen. We're at the threshold of hell." Like, yeah, I can tell that.
I love it when the way it's shot and the way the voice, but when he opens up the tree in the living room and it just goes everywhere and breaks everything, and he goes, "Looks great, little full, lot of sap." And then he immediately goes into laying in bed and there's so much sap on his hand that he can't even touch anything. Yes. That's just good comedy. He's like touching his wife's head and
that was so
stuck
funny.
to her.
Yeah.
Magazine sticking to his fingers. Lot of sap. It was good delivery. But Ellen goes, "I'm sorry, this is our first family kidnapping."
Oh, yeah.
Our family's first kidnapping, which is actually a lie because they kidnapped the security guard at Wally World when
That's
to
right.
open the park in the original Vacation movie.
Yeah,
So
she lied. Now on top of that, she lied.
So it wasn't their first kidnapping. Do you have any? I was going to get some more. I was going to alternate a little bit.
That's it. That's all I
got.
got.
You got?
That's all I got.
I had to look this one up. Some of them, Clark's. 250 strands of light, 100 individual bulbs per strand, making a grand total of 25,000 imported Italian twinkling lights.
I love when he tells his dad, I learned all my, what was it?
Electrician?
Yeah, something about the
small,
something about the lights.
Small
electrical
lights. I don't
we missed
know.
that part, but
I did that one.
exterior lighting.
Yeah, I think it was.
I learned about all the exterior lighting from you, Dad.
Yeah, when you're talking about you're talking about the sledding scenes. Eddie goes, I don't know if I ought to sail down a hill and nothing between the ground and my brains but a piece of government plastic.
See, I don't remember those lines.
And then
They're hilarious.
But it was Clark. Clark goes, do you really think it matters, Eddie?
I know he ragged on him the whole show, the whole movie. Like even the part where I don't know the exact quote, but when they were talking about, can I get you anything, Eddie?
Oh, with the eggnog?
Can I take you out into the middle of nowhere and leave you there?
Yeah. Nope, I'm good.
Nope, I'm good. I'm good right here.
Can I refill your eggnog for you? Get you something to eat? Drive you out to the middle of nowhere? Leave you for dead?
No, I'm doing just fine, Clark. Just glad to be here.
Yeah.
Oh, I did that one. Those are some fun ones that, when Eddie goes, you surprised? Clark goes, surprised, Eddie? If I woke up tomorrow, my head sewn into the carpet, I wouldn't be more surprised than I am right now.
I love that line too.
Yeah. I'll go over some of these facts and stuff. We went over some of these. But I did want to do, there was a couple of National Lampoon Vacation Easter eggs, tie-in things I did want to mention. The shoes that Cousin Eddie is wearing are the same shoes that he gave Clark as a gift in the original Vacation. When Clark and Cousin Eddie are talking in the living room, they are drinking eggnog out of the Wally World mugs.
Right, yeah,
and
we
Wally
noticed
World,
that, yeah.
Wally World is the destination of the first of their where they were going in the National Lampoon Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Chevy Chase appeared in some scenes wearing a navy blue Chicago Bears hat. He wore the same Chicago Bears cap throughout the first two Vacation movies.
That's right, yeah.
So you'll see that several times. And I noticed this one because Vacation was on TV a couple weeks ago. I think we were watching a little bit of the original Vacation movie, and I noticed this. But Clark's boss, Brian Dowell Murray, he was in the first Vacation movie. He was Camp Comfort. He was the Camp Comfort clerk, which was the tent. I think I mentioned that to you while we were watching the tents.
Yeah.
From where they stopped and stayed at the tents. That he was the clerk there, so it's the same guy. You know, I think it's so funny that the Walmart. I just have Walmart. Yeah, you see Walmart. They go shopping on Walmart, but when he's doing the sledding, he stops right in front of Walmart.
Yeah.
It's funny. I thought that was good product placement there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we haven't done one of those in a while.
No, I thought about that because we haven't done. I don't throw a lot of product placement in. Like these older movies weren't as popular as how they do it nowadays. They have a lot more product placement on the news nowadays. But anyway, so I mean, we talked about it before the ratings. That I think all these are 5 stars. For our Christmas
5
episodes.
star. Yeah, for sure. I don't know, maybe 4.5. Just
4.5? No, I give it a 5.
kidding.
No, we can watch this over and over again. We'll see it
yeah.
again this season.
Oh yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Probably not until it comes on TV again, but
That's all I have, really. Do you have anything else you wanted to talk about on it?
nope.
Nope.
Wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up. All right. Well, next episode is a very special episode.
Yes.
And we're going to watch the movie. Our next episode is Elf.
Yes. Family edition.
Family edition. Not only are we doing Elf, which is a very crowd favorite, but we are going to have our children come on the podcast, and they are going to give their thoughts, and we're going to interview them.
Yeah.
So
should be a blast.
It should be a blast. I've already thought about how I'm going to like prep them a little bit.
Okay.
Tell them the questions that I could potentially ask. Have a little bit so they'll be ready to say, certain things.
I feel like maybe we should watch the movie and then do the podcast like right after, like same day.
We can. We might be able to do that.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. That just so, especially for our youngest, it could be on his mind. I mean, not like he's never seen it before.
No, yeah,
I'm sure he can probably quote half of it.
Yeah,
but
I think we'll even do it either that day, or if it don't have time, we'll have to do it the next day, right after. We'll try to do it right after.
Volume control is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm really not looking.
Be a lot of this.
Yeah, no, I'm not looking forward to the editing of this because
hopefully you'll be able to hear everyone and not everyone butting in.
Yeah,
we'll have to make sure they take turns.
Because
might be some fighting.
I know, right?
It'll be great.
Because we'll do our own thing, and then I'll do interviews with them, and I'll cut it in and all that. So they'll be their portion of it, so they won't have to sit here for an hour or whatever and
no,
just listen to us rant.
Yeah. Not rant, ramble.
Maybe,
but
rant and ramble on. So,
but yeah, look forward to that. I think it's gonna be really fun. I think it'll be a good, different episode. I think it'll be shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, it had to stretch me a little bit on my editing and our interviewing skills and patience.
No, I think they'll do good.
No, it's good. I'm looking forward to it. I think they are. They know it's coming, and we'll have to
they're
get ready
excited.
for it.
They've been wanting to be on it too. So.
Yeah, they like when the shout outs. They're like, Jed asked me, "Do you have any shout? Did you shout anybody out to this week?"
Yeah,
they get a shout out. So now I can say yes.
Yes. Well, then you'll be on it.
Exactly. So, all right. Well, thanks for joining us on this episode of the His and Her Rewatch podcast. Make sure you are giving us our reviews and our ratings. Like and subscribe. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for sticking with us this long, and we'll keep it going.
Yeah. See you next time.
Bye, guys.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.